Immigration operations are not slowing down in Minnesota. 2,000 federal agents were sent to the state last week, with more expected this week. The Department of Homeland Security says last week agents faced 10 car ramming attacks. NTD correspondent Jason Blair reports.
ICE immigration operations in Minnesota are still surging. Reportedly, 1,000 additional agents will be heading to the state this week. That is following 2,000 agents that were sent to the area just last week. Assistant Secretary of Homeland Security Tricia McLaughlin says more than 2,000 arrests have been made since the Minnesota operation called Operation Metro Surge began. The DHS is calling it the largest immigration operation in history. The DHS says that 2025 saw a 3,200% increase in vehicular attacks against ICE agents.
Just last week alone, we saw 10 vehicle rammings. That's the weaponization of a vehicle, a deadly weapon against our law enforcement. We're seeing that's becoming a more and more common tactic.
Vehicle attacks have been in the spotlight since the January 7th incident involving an ICE-related shooting resulting in the death of a protester who was driving a car. The DHS says the agent fired in self-defense due to the woman disobeying instructions from law enforcement and then driving toward the officer. Others say the woman wasn't aiming for the ICE agent.
I think it is really important for Americans to record, to create the level of accountability and transparency that we need.
Including that officer in Minneapolis who was absolutely justified in using self-defense against a lunatic who was part of a group, an organized group, to interject and to impede on law enforcement operations.
On Sunday, a man drove a U-Haul truck through a crowd of protesters who were showing solidarity with the large ongoing protests against the Islamic revolutionary regime in Iran. Luckily, there were no fatalities. 2 people suffered minor injuries. After the driver stopped, a group of protesters surrounded the U-Haul truck in anger before the police took the driver away. On the side of the truck, a sign read, "No Shah, no regime. USA don't repeat 1953, no mullah." It referenced a 1953 coup in Iran backed by the U.S. government and Iran's Shah, who was ousted by the Islamic revolutionary regime. The sign suggests that the driver opposes reinstalling a monarchy in Iran. After the driver stopped, the signage was taken down by protesters. At this time, it's still unclear what the driver's motive was for the incident. According to LA police, the driver could face a charge of assault with a deadly weapon. Jason Blair, NTD News.